So I wanted to do something a little different with this Iron Sights review because seeing as it's a graphic novel, it's a little bit difficult for me to record with the phone and flip through properly at the same time. So I just kind of did a recording of me flipping through and skipping a lot of pages because I think it is great enough that it should be bought and it should be read. And I think the last Diversity in Comics video I saw, I think he said he's having plans of doing Iron Sights 2, which I'm actually kind of excited about. So when it came to this one, I vacillated on whether or not I wanted to back this product because I knew it was going to be very different from Jawbreakers. And, I've said previously, I'm into superhero comics. I'm, I'm not so into different kinds. But I read the 10 pages that was available on the Indiegogo and I was hooked. Like by the end of it, that I wanted to know what happened. So I backed it, and I'm actually really glad that I did. I know he talked about, it kind of like, he talked about sort of like the evolution of this thing, and he talked about kind of, you know, the vibe and the feeling that he was going for. And I do kind of like the anti-hero aspect of it. I love the sort of like, you know, border war kind of thing that's going on. And I think probably one of my favorite parts of this is actually one of the more minor characters. I like the evolution that the lawyer went through. So I'm sure I flipped through a few pages with him. And, you know, I'm assuming that a lot of you have already looked at the multitudes of reviews that are already out there. And I know that some NPCs got a hold of, a lot of the pages, but they didn't get the full story, apparently. But there's actually, I'm sorry, it's not the lawyer character. I think I did this the last time I tried recording this and it came out bad. It's the accountant. I have to remind myself, it's the accountant, not the lawyer. But he goes from being sort of like the soft hand character to, you know, by the end of it, he is, you know, like really into the being a bad guy kind of personality. And it was just fun to see him just sort of like, evolve from being scared all the time to still being kind of scared, but, having a tougher act to toward the end, like he's picking up guns and he's shooting guns himself. I love that when it, especially, because it had to do with character growth. I really do enjoy the fact that there is no real hero in this. One of the things that I really kind of enjoy is besides just the hero, I really kind of love the anti-hero trope. And the anti-hero is really, it's sort of like a character that is kind of difficult for people to pull off because they kind of like live by their own rules and you really kind of have to like know who they are, and know what's their hard line and, where are their gray areas and things like that. And I think that, you know, Zach really got that kind of anti-hero thing going. One character, and I made sure that I put him in this, but the crazy guy who, I mean, looking at his face, it's sort of like I don't even know how people just wanted to interact with him. But it's the guy who keeps passing out the papers saying that he's deaf and can't speak. Or does he at least just, oh no, he just says he can't speak. He doesn't say that he can't hear. Because I was going to say that was a little weird because at one point he puts in earphones when he has the service blade for the, yeah, when he has the Marine service blade and he's going through sort of like, I guess, practice with it. But Ebai Canales' art, like it fits this so well. I mean, you look at it and just the facial reactions and especially the crazy guy, just how insane he looks. And it's sort of like, oh, here we go. There is where he says, I'm deaf mute, but obviously he's not. And I can't remember if there's a part where he spoke later, but that's not the point of this. The point of this is this was a purchase that I was so glad that I made. And, looking at the style of it, looking at the fact that it's kind of so different from anything that I've really have kind of read before. And knowing that he is talking about doing a part two with this, like, I'm really excited. And I know I'm not talking too much about it, but I'm not talking too much about it because I know that there are other people who did reviews. And sort of the thing that was really important for me was sort of like the character structure, the way that the story flowed, the fact that really got to know the characters as they came in and out. And of course, there's always going to be some little bit of wonkiness because I do remember there was, a page where I just kind of like had to stop and like go back and look again because I just couldn't figure out like what had happened or if I had missed something. And I still don't think that I did. I think it might have just literally been a quirk or it was something that I guess like information had gotten out off page or something. But story wise, this is such a great story and it is so full of action. And I think the dialogue is really great for what it is because for me, one of the things I really cannot stand is when you're reading something and the dialogue comes off extremely unnatural and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. And this does not do that. And so, when it comes to things like graphic novels, when you're letting the artist just show the action when you're using the dialogue just as an enhancement, I think, you end up with a really, really great and beautiful product. So obviously, for me, this is a extreme buy it if you can. Um, Buy it for the cover by Kelsey Shannon because I mean, it is an amazing cover. And the more I look at the cover, the more I actually really like it. I know at first for me, because it's like I'm a straight woman, like the woman at the bottom just was not. But it's kind of like this strange thing of like the more you look at it, the more you can appreciate the talent that went into it. And it's sort of like, yeah, okay, I get it. But that's really kind of like what I just wanted to talk about when it comes to the actual review. But even in doing this kind of like voiceover, it's really kind of given me more of an idea for a video that I want to talk about because, the reaction of the reaction of the haters of Comic Gate just it's really fascinated me. And I think it's something that kind of needs to be talked about, but I want to do that on a video by itself. This is you know, buy it. That's really all I can say. If you can get it, buy it. If he offers it again, buy it. If he didn't, I think that, you know, like I said, I don't regret buying it. And I'm thoroughly glad that I took the chance and I actually read the first 10 pages and decided to get it because that long video he did, for the Indiegogo page was just not selling it to me at all. But the first 10 pages did, and the art definitely did. So that is what I have for you on this one. I am kind of like in a writing phase, so I'm doing a lot of work. So I don't know what my video recording and updating is going to be because 2019 is coming, and part of me doing this December is really prepping myself for the next year. And so I'm going to try to get myself scheduled so that I can do more videos and things like that. But like the problem for me is that I don't necessarily like drama videos. So, that kind of like cuts into the kind of videos that I can do because I just don't like drama like that. But there are movies and books and things that I do like, and maybe, I'll just go through and review that or something. Or, if things come up, then certainly I'll do that. Otherwise, I will just be really working hard in 2019, trying to get a couple of books published and just things like that. Anyway, uh, thanks for watching the video. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thanks for those who have already taken the chance to subscribe. Share the video, all of that. And I will see you next time. Bye.